Hey, what's going on, guys? Jason here from Poor Man's Preparing, and in this video we're going to check out the Leatherman Signal. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the Leatherman Signal, it's more of a multi-tool that's got a couple capabilities built in for a survivalist, in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and check that out now. And we'll also compare it to a couple of features on the Leatherman Sidekick, which I used to carry before I got this one. Alright, so first up, obviously it has a knife, just like every Leatherman. This one does have a serrated edge that's more for cutting cordage, as opposed to the Sidekick, which has a straight edge, which honestly I prefer a straight edge. A good straight edge will cut some cordage as well and get everything else done you needed to. The blade on the Signal is a little bit longer. Then you have a saw, which is always good. Very thin, long, same as this one, but a little bit different design. This one's kind of got like an alligator crocodile looking head, while this one's the more standard saw blade. It is, again, it's slightly longer than the Sidekick. They're both about the same thickness, and that's what you want with a saw. You want it real thin, and it is very sharp, both of them. So you can't go wrong with either one of these if you're using it for the saw. Now this is where they start to get a little bit different. As you see on the Signal, it's got these extra little colorful parts right here. This has a diamond honer on it, so you can sharpen your edges a little bit, keep them nice and crispy. And it has a built-in ferro rod as well, which both of these are removable. To remove the honer, you just simply push down this and it'll pop right off. So you can conveniently sharpen up your blade, touch up your blade, and you can also use that as a striker for the ferro rod. Now to get the ferro rod out, you will have to open it up, and there's a little clip right here. You hit that clip, it's spring loaded, and you can pop out. You can drop out that ferro rod. You can pop out that ferro rod. And a neat feature that's also built into the ferro rod, it's got a little whistle in there. So that's convenient, and if you really needed that, it could help you in a pinch, because it's pretty loud. So you could use the honer to strike the ferro rod, but I prefer using the saw. You get a lot more grip with it. This is a small ferro rod, so it's not the best in the world, but it will work in a pinch, and that's what really matters. And one thing I will say about this saw, you see how you have to open it right here like that? When compared to the Sidekick, it has a much easier opening action on it right there. So I definitely prefer this opening for the saw on the Sidekick here. But to put the ferro rod back in, it just snaps right into place, no big deal. The spring loaded clip holds it in there. So that's pretty neat. Alright, back to having it shut here. As you see, it has this clip on there. You can clip it on your belt, on a pack, or whatever. So if you don't want to carry it by the traditional case, or using this pocket clip here, that's a nice feature as well. And it also has, I think, a 1/4 inch little hex head, but it also has this feature here where it keeps it locked if you're not carrying it in your pocket or in the sheath. So that will help keep it from opening up while carrying it on your pack or something like that. So that's a pretty neat feature, I think. And of course, you got your standard pliers with every Leatherman, but something different about these, it has these replaceable carbide bits in it. So if you damage them, they're going to be a lot easier to replace than say these ones here, which you damage these and they're done for. You're going to have to send them in to Leatherman, which they do have a very good return policy. Alright, now moving to the internal tools. We got this here. I think it's called an awl or a scribe. I'm not real sure, but if you want like a marketplace that you wanted to cut, like on some leather or something like that, you could scrape it and that'll mark your line. So that's something handy that some people will find useful. Most people, probably not, honestly. Then you got this here, it's like a bottle opener, and it is a pretty sharp point, so that would be able to pierce different things. You know, I didn't do any research on this, I'm just winging it, because if you want to look at the specs on it, you can do that on your own, because it's boring to talk about that. Also, it has a built-in screwdriver with a flat head. You flip it over, and it's a Phillips head. So that's pretty convenient. As an electrician, that's very useful for me. If I'm out somewhere away from my main tools and I need to get into an electrical box or something like that, this is very great. I don't have to go get my tools. I can pop it off, just using this right here. Now it's not as good as say a Leatherman or a Gerber center drive. A Gerber center drive is definitely better, but this is better than having nothing, that's for sure. And that's a feature that this Leatherman does not have. Alright, but that's a quick video on the Leatherman Signal versus the Sidekick. A little comparison there. That it just doesn't have as many tools on it, but it does have a little survival features that I think are pretty useful, and I just want to make a quick video on it. So let me know what you think about the Leatherman Signal down in the comments below. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more, and remember, be ready.